And hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wormholes. And as you can tell, I have leaped into a brand new environment. Come with me, because I have to brag. Because look at where I am. That's Las Vegas. Ha ha ha!
Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas!
Nice.
Was there a Vegas episode of Quantum Leap? I'm sure at one point there had to have been.
Gotta be.
Had to have been. But we are not talking about a Vegas episode of Quantum Leap. We are talking about I will say it ahead of time, thoroughly delightful episode of Quantum Leap that reminded me all over again why I was glued to my television set every week to watch the adventures of Dr. Sam Beckett leap from life to life, striving to put right what once went wrong and hoping that each leap would be the leap home.
Yes.
I just thought of the last episode and now I'm sad.
Yeah.
Ooh, and now I thought of this. Now I thought of the spinoff, and now I'm sadder.
Oh.
Not because it really picked up the story, but just because there was a spinoff and it was terrible.
Oh. What was the
Let's talk this episode. Quantum Leap.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah.
No.
We don't talk about it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go where we landed on this series.
Okay, let's do that.
I wonder if our podcast audience goes deaf after that.
And that's a summation of the spinoff right there. It's like, oh, we got a great idea and we're just gonna crash it. Do we need Scott Bakula? No, we don't need Scott Bakula. We have this guy. He has no personality. But at least we have an Al who's a girl, and she also has no personality.
Shots fired.
My goodness. I did not care for that spinoff at all. But that's okay, because we're in a place where that spinoff does not exist, because we're way back in the year 1991. Because Quantum Leap was an episode that was, it was a TV show that was a quantum leap ahead of its time. Yeah. It starred Scott Bakula before he lost his personality when he became the captain of the Enterprise as Dr. Sam Beckett, a quantum physicist and gigantic nerd who accidentally invents a way to time travel within his own lifetime. The trick is he does not physically move back and forth through time, but rather his soul or his spirit or whatever. I don't really think they ever really said how it worked. It goes back and forth through time, starting from the day he was born to the present, which at that point, the present was 2000, the far off future year of 2000. But for some reason, they never went past like 1990.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, they did
around the 50s.
Yeah, it was mostly around the 50s. And, it's fine. That was a fun time if you were white. But anyway, I'm just being historically accurate. That's all. I'm not saying it was right. I'm just saying that was the case. Now, Quantum Leap was great because it not only was the show just genuinely entertaining and charming, it was always entertaining and charming trying to watch somebody explain the premise of the show to someone who'd never seen it before. So much so that NBC actually had to curate this collection of promos in which Sam Beckett leaped into other NBC characters to explain what Quantum Leap was. One of which, my favorite one, was leaping into Betty White from the Golden Girls.
Ooh.
And yes, it happened. As a matter of fact, the premise of the show confounded people so much that they changed the intro with season 2 so that they can explain the premise with every single episode. Because every single week somebody tuned in and said, what? But basically, there were 2 types of Quantum Leap episodes. There was the normal kind, the kind where the writers would put Sam into an everyday situation in the past, and he would try to write something that once went wrong, and he would leap to the next episode. And then there was the kind where the writers just threw the premise into a blender just to see what happens. Now, Play It Again, Seymour is a firm number 2. Incidentally, I have not had a firm number 2 in like 3 weeks, and I should probably go see a doctor. Was that too much sharing? I think that was too much sharing.
Hey, this is Joe Separitos' choice. So
hey, Joe, you got Mr. Allergies over there, and you got me over here.
Hoops
You're
the
going
geek.
to have too much information about
Yeah.
medical conditions.
Yay.
Play It Again, Seymour starts out like any good mystery. There's a cozy murder, a dead guy being all dead on the floor, and a detective who looks like he's never held a gun in his entire life, nor actually solved a crime. And he says dame unironically.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because this is actually Sam Beckett. Sam Beckett has leaped into the life of a detective. And strangely enough, it's a detective who Sam seems to know about because he has this weird deja vu where he's able to predict what happens. And it's a really cool plot point for like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, yeah, I read this in a book because this murder was turned into a book. And annoyingly, it's not even like a good book. It's like an Encyclopedia Brown book where you have to solve the mystery yourself. I don't know. Was that a thing where the cops would like publish novels and say, we couldn't solve this mystery. Could you do it? Because we dumb.
Yeah. Isn't that how they called the Golden State Killer or something like that? Because Patton Oswalt's wife got one of the books and became obsessed, and that's how she solved the crime.
Patton Oswalt's wife was a treasure, and we miss her every day.
Yeah, but I think that's what started her on the journey.
Yeah. Without Ratatouille, without Patton Oswalt's wife, the Golden State Killer would still be at large.
Yeah.
So Sam Beckett, quantum physicist, time-traveling overachiever, purveyor of oh boys, and gigantic nerd, wakes up in the body of Nick Allen, who is a detective and whose biggest qualification for being a detective is his trench coat. Let's be honest. The best part about this episode is how everyone keeps saying that Detective Nick Allen, who is Sam Beckett by this point, looks like the legendary Humphrey Bogart, to the point that the cast is contractually obligated to say, well, he looks like Humphrey Bogart every 6 minutes, even though Sam looks nothing like Humphrey Bogart, and neither does the guy in the window. Maybe he looks like Humphrey Bogart on the 8th day after Humphrey Bogart died. But just like everything else in Quantum Leap, we're not here to ask questions. We're just here to smile and wave. Just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Of course, what would Sam Beckett be without his holographic, transparent, non-tangible friend, Al Calavici, played by the late, great Dean Stockwell? His friend and the only guy who can pull off a silver suit in the 1940s and totally get away with it. He is at his most alliest here, rattling off Ziggy stats, flirting with everyone who is not nailed down, and giving useless suggestions like, well, just act more like Humphrey Bogart. Thanks, Al.
Thanks, Al.
Imagine being the only lifeline in a murder investigation, and your guide's only advice is just try to be cooler. It's kind of weird also that he has a cigar all the time, because he would never get away with that nowadays.
No.
Every episode would have like a parental warning, like, don't do what Al does.
And Al was very like, besides hitting, the way he was hitting on some of the women was like, oh,
problematic.
Boy. Yeah.
This super problematic.
This is HR worthy right here.
I don't know if you remember, but Tina is like the Tina that he's always talking about is a member of the Quantum Leap crew. Mm-hmm. Like she's like a scientist who helps out. In the pilot episode, Al picks her up on the side of the road like she's a hitchhiking streetwalker. And literally takes her to Quantum Leap for the first time. He picks up what he thinks is a prostitute on the side of the road, takes her to a top secret organization where they have invented time travel. Thankfully, she turns out to be a scientist instead. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how lucky he got, but it happened. And again, we don't ask questions. We just smile and wave.
Yeah. Al, good news. The hooker I thought I picked up from me turns out she's a scientist.
You thought I was a hooker, Al? I'll have you know that I hold like 3 doctorates, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know what the hell this doctorate is. What is nuclear physicist? I don't know what a nuclear physicist is. So this episode, pure noir, and it's lovely. It comes complete with a voiceover, that wonderful like background music, and best of all, Claudia Christensen. Wow, looking absolutely hot.
Now, was that a question? Was that the woman from Babylon 5?
Babylon 5.
I thought so.
Ivanova. Like Ivanova, see more of you, baby. Oh my God. Claudia Christensen. I do not understand why her career was not like gigantic.
Yeah.
I am not degrading her. I think she's a wonderful actress. I think she's a very lovely looking human being. But she should have been like Cameron Diaz level big, because she was so beautiful, and she was a great actress too.
Yeah.
And nowadays you think back and it's like, what was her movie career? It was like the movie Strays that had the killer cats in it, and
yeah.
Atlantis: The Lost Empire, where even just her voice just makes you melt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will lust after a Disney character. I don't care, and I don't care that she would probably kill me either.
Yeah.
You also have a gangster in this episode that sounds like it should be a sandwich from Jimmy John's. I don't even remember what it was. It was like the Clocker or something like that. I don't remember.
Clapper.
The Clapper.
Like disease, which was what he made. Yeah.
Get an extra large Clapper at Jimmy John's, and then take some penicillin.
Yeah.
In the end, Sam, who barely knows the difference between a gun and a stapler, solves the mystery and is about to get the girl and do a little bit of horizontal leaping himself.
Yeah.
When whoever is guiding him through time, be it God, the universe, fate, whatever, they reveal themselves to be the biggest cock blocker in the world.
Seriously.
Sam inspires this little nerd to become a novelist that we've never heard of, and Sam leaps away to someplace infinitely worse. The life of a woman. Because that's Quantum Leap, everybody.
Yeah.
That's Quantum Leap. But I will say, Play It Again, Seymour shows us why this show worked and why I loved it. And I'm assuming you loved it too. And I'm assuming everybody else out there loved it. Because if you didn't love it, it just means you haven't seen it. And if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it right now, because it's amazing.
Yeah.
Quantum Leap always worked because it always followed the basic formula of Sam is always over his head. Al thrives in chaos like a horny little gremlin. Ziggy is always wrong. And the 20th century was just a hot mess all the way through. It is weird. It is charming. It's ridiculous. This is crime noir with training wheels. And Sam is doing what Sam does best. Problem solving. Solving problems that he is just wildly unqualified to solve, all while wearing a complete stranger's underwear. And is that not just a perfect analogy for what being an adult is?
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's why we relate to Quantum Leap as much as we do.
But I'm always wondering when my leap is going to be the leap home, where I'm a rich scientist or something.
I keep thinking of that one episode where he actually does go home, where he and Al switch places.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
And then I think about how problematic that episode is if you really think about it, because Al leaps into Sam and Sam leaps into Al.
Yeah.
That means that whenever Sam leaves the hologram room and goes back into the future and meets Gushy and Tina and Sam's before then unknown wife, they're not looking at Sam.
They're looking at Al.
They're looking at Al.
Yeah.
That means Sam's wife bumped uglies with Al.
Oh, man.
And she was looking at Al the entire time. Yeah, see, knowing Al, my first question would be, as soon as we made it to the bedroom, my first question would be, is this a trick? No, honey, it's not a trick. I'm really Sam.
Yeah.
Is this a trick, Al? Because Al is basically the Quagmire of Quantum Leap.
Giggity.
Giggity. You know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he had Pornhub on this thing is all I'm saying.
For sure.
While Ziggy says there's a 1 in 4 chance. Ignore that. Ignore that.
Wait a minute. Ignore that.
But yeah, I don't care if the rules of Quantum Leap changed every week. I don't care. I loved the show. I didn't care. Scott Bakula and oh my God, Dean Stockwell had so much chemistry between them. Even though Dean Stockwell was only in like 25% of the episode at most.
Right.
And I'm talking every episode. Every scene they were in was wonderful, even in the worst episodes.
Yeah.
I just loved it. And I'm sitting here thinking of what's the worst episode of Quantum Leap. I can't think of one. I'm sure there was. I know the last season they got kind of weird
because they were getting canceled. Like they knew.
Yeah, it's like we're getting weird canceled. Let's have an evil leaper. Let's go into the life of Lee Harvey Oswald. Let's have a trilogy where Sam has a daughter.
Right.
Which is gross.
Yeah.
And then of course they did that finale, which I know a lot of people hate the finale, and I understand why. I'm not saying you're wrong. I kind of like the finale, to be honest. I kind of like it. I didn't like the ending. I thought the ending was a cheap shot, but in their defense, they didn't know they were getting canceled. They thought that they were going to have another season, so they were going to resolve it. But yeah, the whole caption ending about Sam Beckett never returning home, I'm just like, why? Why couldn't you just like have Scott Bakula just pop up and go, oh, by the way, I went home after this leap? I would have been fine. I would not have been mad.
No, it would have been great.
Yeah.
One of the things that I loved about this is I love old school murder mysteries. I love that time frame of the 1950s, despite the bad things that they were doing racially in the United States. But the whole like Art Deco was thriving. I love that design of like the cabs were bubbly and big and powerful, and I love the Seymour's like constant vernacular of that time. Well, you got to go down to the big CC and and he was all like really into it, and I just thought it was just fantastic. It was like going down memory lane and then going to Back to the Future at the same time. It was a really great episode. It would just reminded me of like Back to the Future and me reliving the nostalgia of when I originally saw it in the 80s with my family. So this hit all the right member berries in my brain. Synapses is like, oh, this is great, and I will say that only gripe I had about it was it kept, oh, he looks like Humphrey Bogart, and then when you see the guy in the mirror who doesn't look like, he looks old.
Like, I know Sam, every time Sam looks in the mirror, it's like this.
Yeah, he's like,
he looks like Humphrey Bogart. Somebody on the writing staff hated Humphrey Bogart.
Must have asked for it. Must have been the kid that asked for the autograph. Hey, could you give me an autograph? Get out of here, kid. I just wanted an autograph. But the mom that got pissed at the kid. Oh, see, look what you did. You scared him away. And it's like, no, he's on a criminal case. Like, let him do his thing. But the setup at the end, who the killer was, I didn't actually see it coming.
Well, no, because there was no clue.
There was no
setup. It was they literally pulled it out of their butt.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, what's the motivation? She turned him on. That was the motivation. That was it. I can't believe that I was so close to him all that time and I never noticed I turned him on. You're Claudia Christensen.
Yeah, that's
how could you could turn on a burned out light bulb.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But while we're talking about how wonderful she looked, it's a good time to let people know that they should probably like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell when you subscribe to our channel so that you are notified when we drop our next live episode. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have special guests coming up on Monday. Oh, something's going. Oh, you trying to ring the bell? Ding, 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 ding.
Where did this come from? Okay, it's gone.
We are going to have Matt from 1701 Blurred this Monday. So be sure you check that out. It's a fantastic episode of Section
He
30.
knew who I was.
Yeah, he knew who
I'm so proud of myself.
He's like, yeah, I knew you, Jason, and other guy.
I know you, Jason, and you too. Hatswell, VHS Jason. No,
I'm Joe. But yeah, that was a big throw. And then, of course, there's a lot of other wonderful episodes when Jason had complete control over Wormholes. We watched Benji, Zax, and the Alien Prince, which ironically constantly gets views and comments.
I will never forget whenever you said choose what you want, and I just thought I'm going to do something weird.
Oh,
what is the weirdest thing I can come up with? There was a sci-fi Benji show. We're going to watch it.
And in that spirit, I think you should choose the next episode because I'm kind of having fun going in these nostalgia trips.
Oh my goodness. The next episode.
Yeah. So third world.
See, I have a show I've been wanting us to look at, but now you're pressuring me to find something weird.
Oh, well, it doesn't have to be weird. You just put me on a show.
No, it's got to be weird. We got to weird this one up.
I got to make sure you're weirded out by the time you come on the screen.
Give me. I tell you what. We'll make an announcement during a short what it's going to be because I got to put some serious weird thought into this because I got to weird Joe out with this one.
Okay, go for it.
Talking like maybe the 1980s werewolf TV show.
There was a werewolf TV show?
Oh, and it was so bad.
Oh. Give him the power.
Super Train. We could do Super Train.
What's that? Be ready, folks. I'm going to be such but if you want to be like Joe Separitos and Holly Mack and Johannes Borg and all the wonderful people that are our patrons, you should become a patron. You should use that QR code over there, get your own gushy, and pop up that phone, get that QR code, and become a patron. At right now, as a special at the Paragon level, that's the tier 2. You can choose our next episode of Wormholes. It's for a limited time. That will expire after the new year. So you have a month.
Ziggy says there's a 72% possibility that if you join that tier, you will get to choose the next episode.
Yeah. So absolutely make sure
Ziggy's always wrong. Why do we even have stupid Ziggy?
Oh man. So let me ask you, did you ever feel like there was the tech in Quantum Leap was something that Star Trek should have also had?
The what in Quantum Leap?
The tech, that time travel tech.
No.
Okay.
No.
I was just curious.
No.
And one of the funniest moments of this episode was when they tried to kill Bogey, our detective, aka Captain Archer, with the no elevator in the elevator trick.
Yeah, they tried to Diana Muldaur him. Yes.
Yeah. I thought that was crazy because like that whole hallway scene and everything looked a lot like Blade Runner. Like if you
kind of did, yeah.
If you turn the lights on in Blade Runner and then look at this, it'd probably be the same spot. I wonder if that's like actually somebody's apartment building.
I don't know. Something we could look up, or someone else can look up for us because I'm lazy.
If you know if that's the same set, comment below. Let us know. It'd be a lot of fun to.
I'm pretty sure Quantum Leap did a lot of location shooting with a small crew just to kind of keep costs down.
Yeah, so maybe that's actually some famous apartment building in like LA, and they just shot there, and Ridley Scott just turned the lights down and.
Could also be something on the Universal backlot. I mean,
yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Another funny moment was at the very end when the kid's getting choked out. Did you think he died? Because like the way he's gonna kill me. Like he was so dramatic.
I suspected that he was the killer for the entire episode.
Really? And
then whenever he wasn't the killer, I was like, oh, he's going to be the thing that Sam saves. And, he's going to end up being like Mario Puzo or something. I would have been happier if it would have been like, if they would have established he was like a famous writer or something, kind of like they did in the one, that infamous episode where little Georgie turned out to be George Lucas.
Oh yeah,
that episode.
Yeah,
the one that was progressive at the time, but now you just watch it and you're like,
this is terrible.
Oh no, Sam.
This is not the leap that'll lead you back home.
This is not the progressive triumph you believe it to be.
Yeah. But you know who I thought the killer was? I thought it was the girl. I really thought it was.
You always think it's the dame.
Yeah, I thought it was a dame because like
she walks in with a pair of legs like that and the kind of smile that would make the sun rise, and you think, you know what, this is a dame that'll take a man's life and not even blink.
Yeah, I was 1,000% sure she was the killer because I thought that guy was some type of like not hero, but like some type of like mobster because they're going into that club. And I thought like he was like a babyface spinster or something like that type of thing, and it's just kind of hiding it. And meanwhile, he's this big gangster who's just trying to push out all the fuzz that he possibly could. And I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't the case, and super shocked that who the killer actually was.
Just a horned up landlord. That's it.
Yeah, the whole time.
Like his crank got turned, and he just was never the same again.
Yeah.
But you know what? We should have known.
Yeah.
Because he's a landlord.
Yeah, those landlords.
Landlord.
So what is something that you would think that somebody would watch this? What would you tell them?
Would you like to watch a show that is charming, silly, unpredictable, and bends genres every single week? Because you literally, to me, you got a new show every week.
Yeah,
you got crime noir this week. Next week you got like this 9 to 5 parody. The week after that you may get a horror episode.
Yeah, that's right. They did do a couple of those,
and they were good. I'm sorry, the one episode with the lake I thought was just
wow.
Oh no, the ending like freaks me out every single time. I'm sorry. That was Meg Foster, wasn't it? Wasn't it Meg Foster? Y'all, Meg Foster.
Young.
Yeah. I think that was I want to say that was Meg Foster as the I don't want to ruin the ending, but Meg Foster. Yeah. If it's Meg Foster, you know something's off.
Yeah. Yeah, usually because her even recently, I think what was the last thing she did? Was that
oh my gosh, I saw
her HBO show, I think, right?
Yeah, I saw her in something because I just thought, you know what, she still looks amazing.
Yeah.
Just those eyes, my gosh, I would kill to have eyes like that.
Well, I mean, everybody would.
You imagine how beautiful I would be with those icy blue eyes. Just
yeah. She was in the Twilight Zone?
I'm pretty sure she would have had to have been at some point or another.
Her last movie was called Hellblazers. She plays Mary. And then she's coming out with a show called Haunted 333, where she plays Mama McDonald.
Haunted 333. We could only afford half of it.
Yeah, exactly. We can't do 666.
Yeah.
Oh, but she, this is probably, you probably already know this, but last year, she was in Masters of the Universe Revolution. She played the voice.
Yes, she was Motherboard.
Yes. I figured you already knew that.
Yes, of course I knew that.
Of course you did.
Yes. I think that was the thing where I was talking about where I'd seen a picture of her and I'm like, you know, she's still beautiful. She's like 70 now, but she's still beautiful.
Yeah, she's in her almost 80 actually. She's in late 70s.
Still beautiful. Beautiful. I don't care.
Yeah. Who would have thought that Scott Bakula would end up becoming the titular captain of the Starship Enterprise?
Titular. I don't hate Star Trek Enterprise. I really don't. I actually think there towards the end they were hitting it, and it was actually like a really good quality Star Trek show.
Right.
But man, they just took Scott Bakula and his wonderful, charming self and removed all charm from him and just made him this, hi, I'm Captain Jonathan Archer. I am from Earth. Hurt to dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And just like he's like a cornbread hick in outer space.
Yeah, that's what I got from.
Yeah, and he didn't stay that way. He got better, but it just seemed like he just had this weird, idealistic, stupidly optimistic personality the entire time until the script demanded that he didn't. It's like, hi, we're from Earth and we can be better than this. By the way, I'm stealing your warp core and stranding you here.
Yeah. It's like, wait, what?
Which, you know what? Damn good episode, though.
Yeah, excellent episode.
Damn good episode.
Yeah. And there's a lot of great Enterprise episodes. I really like I love some of the Xindi arc. That was fantastic. Just a little one along. That's the only thing.
I will say this. I really think they started hitting their stride about halfway through the second season.
Mm.
And whenever they did the Borg episode, I remember saying, well, that's it. This show's done. This show's toast. But then I watched it and I'm like, that was actually really clever.
That was a great episode.
That was a super clever episode to bring back the Borg in such a way that you brought them back, but it fit in continuity. Right. I really enjoyed that. The only thing that distracted me was the fact that some of the debris at the crash site, if you look in the background, you literally see the entire saucer of the Enterprise E.
Oh,
just like, what is that doing there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Like, weren't they messing with the E? That's why they were there. Because like
the reason why there is a duplicate of the Enterprise E saucer section in the debris field is because they took the Enterprise E saucer section from Star Trek Nemesis and just thought, well, we have this. What do we do with it? I don't know. Let's put it over there and put like Christmas spray snow on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's there.
Saving monies.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And you know what? Our buddy VHS Jace is doing a series on my channel for some reason. I don't know why he's saddling me with it, but it's called Old Man Yells at Star Trek, where he talks about it costs too much.
Captains Quadrant. I don't understand, but anyway.
Yeah. But he's calling it. He has this one episode called "It Costs Too Much." Yeah, and he talks about basically out of control spending on Star Trek, and I completely agree with him. You know what? Get back to the days of Deep Space Nine and TNG and Enterprise and Voyager, where you didn't have $45 bajillion per episode, and actually like put some effort into the writing.
I think that when people are given a shoestring budget but a lot of promise, we get a great result. Like
we do.
Star Trek 6, I think, was one of those projects, and Star Trek 2 also, I think.
Yes, Star Trek 2 had I think their budget was like $12.32.
Yeah, and then Nicholas Meyer really pulled it out. It was fantastic.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and
great interview. Joe did a great interview with Nicholas Meyer. It's on this channel, by the way. Look at that. I can plug things too. Look at that. Look at that. Look at me.
Props. Look at you. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
But yeah,
I agree.
It's a lot of great stuff. So the other thing is, before we go, the internet is abuzz with the fact that when Scott Bakula showed up at STLV last year, 59, that he said he would like to come back to Star Trek and do like a Picard type of series. Obviously, that's not in the works with the new buyout. But if that were to happen, what would you kind of want to see from that?
I would love to see a last hurrah for Archer. I know canonically he becomes the president of the Federation. I would like to see I'd like to see a West Wing version of Star Trek with Archer as the president and checking in with all the other Enterprise officers to see where they went. And if we want to undo a terrible injustice in that last episode, reveal that Trip is alive and he's working with Section 31 and Archer knows.
Yeah. Is Malcolm working with Section 31? Is that how it ended?
I don't know, but I know that in the novels, which are no longer canon, but this one should be, Trip Tucker faked his death and is a Section 31 officer, and he lives to be like 100 and something.
Oh wow!
And it's not uncovered until the 24th century, and it's Jake Sisko and Nog who uncover the secret that Trip
that's
Tucker.
fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's a lot of fun. I would love to see a Captain Archer story, similar to the way they did Picard, getting the band back together, giving them their proper farewell instead of that BS holodeck thing.
Yes.
I would also like to see Thomas Riker just show up. I'm in a time portal, and then they just shoot him as revenge type of thing. That would be kind of funny.
That would be kind of funny.
But I would love to actually see the, I guess, unification of the Federation and how that actually worked out to become Starfleet. I would love to see like the emergent technologies and just kind of actually getting the formulation that we thought we were going to get instead of like kind of weird buggy stuff that we got in season 3.
I would like to see that, and I know that I know they changed it whenever they put the show on Blu-ray, so it's not on there right now. But in the episode In a Mirror Darkly Part 2, there's a biography of Jonathan Archer that's on a screen on the USS Defiant from the future, and it actually says how he dies.
Oh.
And canonically, he dies of old age one day after attending the christening of the Enterprise 1701.
Oh, this the April ship at that point.
Yeah, and I think that would be a magnificent last episode.
Yeah,
Is just him seeing that ship get launched and realizing that he started this legacy, and I don't know the other surviving crew members, because I think at that point Hoshi's supposed to be dead because she died on that one planet with Garth of Izar, right? No, Kodos the Executioner. Never mind.
Oh,
and yeah, just have I'm sure that what's his face, not Malcolm. Malcolm would probably still be around. What was the Mayweather? Mayweather'd be around.
Yeah,
Mayweather'd be around, and of course T'Pol would be around.
Yeah, she lives out.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to see T'Pol as a supporting actor, and I want to see T'Pol treated with the respect that T'Pol is owed. Yeah, because I think it was great that Jolene Blalock returned to Star Trek and Lower Decks, and it just reminded me how much I enjoyed her character, and just seeing Rick Pervman turn her into a sex symbol was insulting for her, and I understand why Jolene Blalock was so upset by it by the end, and why she kind of swore off ever having anything to do with Star Trek again. And I'm glad she's back, because I have great affection for her as an actress, and I have great affection for T'Pol.
Yeah.
And I know it was kind of a joke episode having all these different characters on Mira Boimler's on Will Boimler's ship.
Yeah, well,
but man, it was just so great to see her back. I just loved it.
It's also great to hear Andrew Robinson come back too.
Oh yeah, and Alexander Siddig, and have them married, and I just yeah. There was so much about that episode. I just want to go rewatch that episode right now.
Yeah, that should be. Yeah, put it back on the wheel just to rewatch it.
Yeah. We could have had more. We could have had more seasons of Lower Decks.
Yeah, that doesn't make
Damn
sense.
you, Paramount! Yeah. Damn you, Kurtzman!
Well, he's gone in the next couple of weeks for sure. He's toast. I think for sure, because they're rebooting the whole thing, so I think for sure that we won't see any more of his little fingers in Star Trek anymore.
But I do want more Lower Decks.
I do, and hopefully the people, the powers that be that do take over, go, you know what? I really like Lower Decks. Let's bring some more of that back.
Lower Decks. Quantum leap. I really wanted to see. That was one thing I really wanted to see. Is I wanted to see a TV movie that wrapped up Quantum Leap with Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell back. But then Dean Stockwell, had his health problems, and that just kind of it can't be done now.
Well, he passed away from
Dean Stockwell did pass away, and it can't happen now. Yeah. Without Quantum Leap was Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell. Without either one of them, it's not Quantum Leap anymore. Right. And I have nothing but respect for Dean Stockwell, but I don't even think he wants to anymore. It's kind of like when Kevin Conroy passed away. Mark Hamill was just like, no, without Kevin Conroy, there's no Joker. I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah, which is
And
kind of
like when Chris Farley passed away, David Spade was like, without David Spade, there is no career anymore.
Yeah, well, Farley. You mean.
Nah, that's right, Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
it was a funnier joke in my head.
Yeah, David Spade is still alive.
Yes,
we think anyway.
I don't know.
Who knows? But I still think that if they could just kind of do like an animated movie, I think that could work because they could
animated Quantum Leap movie.
Yeah.
No,
it wouldn't work.
Okay, did you see the Babylon 5 animated movie?
No, I did not.
Okay, unfortunately, I great love for Babylon 5 here.
Yeah,
I mean, I told you Claudia Christensen was just awesome, but there's the Babylon 5 curse. And so many actors from Babylon 5 have died prematurely.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Andreas Katsoulas, Richard Biggs, just so many. Zach Conway. So many of them have passed away at young ages.
I know the guy that was in Star Trek passed away. He was in co-janitor.
Yes, yeah, Andreas Katsoulas. Yes,
yeah, Andre. Okay, I didn't know his name. That's right.
Anyway, they did the animated film basically to keep Babylon 5 in the zeitgeist, which I'm just like, I'm rooting for it to work. I watched the movie and it's creepy because all of these characters who I absolutely love, Mia Furlan and all these characters played by actors who have passed away, come back and they have unfamiliar voices, and it's like watching a stranger put on your dead friend's clothes. It's just not right. You cannot replace Dean Stockwell.
Yeah,
and I just don't think you should. I think we just need to accept the fact that that last episode of Quantum Leap was the last episode.
Yeah.
And I say that with a broken heart because I really wanted them to finish the story, but they just can't now. Not without Dean Stockwell.
Wow. There will be no leap home. And in the show, they kind of mentioned that Sam never came back either. They just can't.
No, he never comes back in the spinoff either. Like literally, it's just like, hey, Dean Scott Bakula, do you want to? No.
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to come back even for a brief cameo? No.
Oh, wow. Is that what it was? He just didn't want to do it?
I don't think he was ever asked.
Which
to me, the disrespect.
Levels of disrespect.
The disrespect.
I like that Susan Doyle came back, though. That's kind of cool, especially since we interviewed her, and you can watch that interview here on the Captains Quadrant.
Yes.
But and then she ended up with Ghostbusters.
Yes, with Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson, yeah.
Who I have also met, who is just a dear human being.
Great person, yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to meet the other two that are still with us, Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. I ran into Dan Aykroyd on the streets of New York City. I have a framed picture of the Ghostbusters from Ghostbusters 2, my favorite. I don't care. And Ernie Hudson signs his. And he's like, I'll leave space in case you meet the rest of them. Harold was still alive at the time. He goes, I think Harold's going to be here next year. Harold wasn't there next year. Year after, Harold passed away. So that's going to always be incomplete. One of those things.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to meet Bill and Dan Aykroyd. I should probably just carry that around with me because I think Dan still comes to the city and be like, hello, sir. Do you mind signing this for me? Get out of here, kid. Oh,
Now you just say, Dan, tell me about UFOs.
Yeah, I heard he's really into it. Like if you stop and talk to him about UFOs, he'll just sit and talk with you forever.
Yeah, and Bill Murray, it's, hey, Bill, I have weed.
Nice.
Then you just hand him oregano. He won't know.
No. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, you signed this real quick? Oh man.
He doesn't sign things from what I hear.
Really?
He won't sign things, but he will do a slow motion walk. If you have your phone, he will do a slow motion walk for you. Just kind of.
Wow, he's a quirky dude, man.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, and he also apparently will steal food from people on the street, look them in the eye, take a bite, and say, "No one will ever believe you," and walk away.
That's amazing. That's really amazing.
So and you know what? I would be okay with it.
Yeah, same.
I'd be super okay with it.
Fine with me, Bill.
Because somebody would believe you because he's done it to other people. It's like, Bill Murray stole my French fry. Bill Murray stole a taco from me.
Bill Murray stole my baby. What? Well, he gave it back.
He took a bite out of it and said nobody would believe him.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
I missed that baby. I was going to eat that baby.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Are we done?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I'm in Vegas.
Yeah, so go have fun in Vegas. Go see some shows. Go on the Strip and have a walk away. You can do that too. That's always fun.
You said fine. You're sending mixed signals.
I didn't mean now. I meant once the thing stops. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back live next week. We're gonna have a lot of fun in the Captains Quadrant, and Jason's gonna put me on to some weird sci-fi show that he's just gonna relish in it. And I appreciate you guys listening, watching, and if you are listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please give us a ratings, 5 stars, and share with your friends. Be sure that they can get the joy of the Captains Quadrant, the fun, the drama, the what else that we do. And if you want to suggest a Wormholes episode, you have the chance to become a Patreon for free for the next month at the Paragon level. That's the second tier where you can put us onto shows. It's Wormholes second level. It's only a limited time, so please take advantage. You don't want to miss it. It is pretty damn stellar, if you ask me. It'll make you want to just leap and leap until you can leap back home. All right, Jason, take us out.
Oh, you've been watching Wormholes on the Captains Quadrant.
Take care, everybody.